Okay, Mirrorpoint turn 42. Oh, one second, let me check my volume. Yep, that sounds good. Good. Okay, so this turn, we cast some more remote site searching. Didn't really find anything. We're sort of slowing down because we're short of gems. We did find a wall of living kelp, so our nature income is up to 4. That's fantastic. We are casting Haruspecs more. We're also site searching for air manually over here. We've infiltrated Lothric again, and now it's time to run that spy away to keep him alive. We took Orem, and how we took Orem is kind of hilarious. We moved into Orem, right? We just moved in like this, and we started casting, and these tiny, tiny little point of like 1 province defense started moving forward, and then we just started soul slaying people. Just wait for it, boom, boom. Yep, there we go. 3 soul slays in a row. All dead. We've been dropping ethereality on people, cast in buffs. Going pretty well, all told. Looks like a lot of those guys in the back didn't really get the buffs, but critically, some important parts of the plan were not revealed. So we're going to stick to the plan. We're going to go in because parts of the plan that were not revealed: the magic duels and the maws of the earth. Because of course we didn't go power of the spheres, we didn't go summon earth power. So those are still also unrevealed. And we didn't cast Light of the Northern Star or Anti-Magic or anything, so we didn't spend any gems, so we should be fine. We're hopping in. We're driving in Zelion. We're leaving enough province defense here to stop that guy if he tries to take this province back. We're dropping in Bugsy Seagull. We're also moving in Fomoric. Yes, our first Hollow Knight. Isn't he so cute? He's an adorable little bug. He needs 15 experience to get promoted to the point where he has magic, which will be the first point where he's really useful. He's actually useful, because then he can buff himself and go into combat. Also, his stats will be better, so we've given him very, very basic gear right now. Black Steel Plate and the Ivory Bow. Fires 3 shots per volley, has 12 ammunition, so can only fire for 12 rounds, but what he's going to do is he's going to sit back, fire his bow. Hopefully by the time he finishes that, the battle will be mostly over. He'll be shooting at rear, since he's a commander, so he'll be on fire rear orders, trying to snipe out mages with the decay effect. That would be fantastic. But even if he can't do that, he can at least do some damage, gain a little bit of experience for being in a battle, and then we'll use him to help kind of clean up. Like, we'll use him to take this province back, if we can, and then he'll get a little bit of experience for that as well. And of course, you gain 1 experience per round you're alive no matter what. I think it's 3 more for being in a battle. So to get promoted 15 shouldn't take all too long. Beyond that, promotion will become more difficult, but beyond that, he'll also be able to cast, as I said, buffs on himself. In particular, with Astral 1, he can cast Personal Luck, he can cast Body Ethereal, and he can cast Astral Shield, if I recall correctly. Astral Shield isn't Thaumaturgy, what am I doing? So yeah, he can cast Body Ethereal, he can cast Personal Luck, he can cast Astral Shield. So those 3 are the 3 basic astral buffs that will make him very, very hard to deal with. With Death 1, he'll be able to cast Skeletal Body to take half damage from piercing attacks. So sort of a knockoff, like an off-brand Temper Flesh that only works on one kind of thing. So that's fine. And then once he hits Death 2, he'll be able to spend a gem to cast Soul Vortex, which will make him very, very difficult to deal with. He'll also be able to cast Invulnerability with a gem, although frankly I would rather just cast Soul Vortex in most cases. So once he hits Death 2, Astral 2, he'll be quite the terror in the night. He'll also, of course, be able to at that point cast Horde of Skeletons, and so he'll be able to win fights just by skele spamming, which is perfectly valid. And then once he hits Death 3, he'll be, if he gets to that point, he'll be quite terrifying. Anor Londo took back their province there. I am summoning another Hollow Knight. I don't have any items for him right at the moment. Well, I have a Vine Shield and a Frostbrand, but I don't want to give those to a basic level 1 Hollow Knight, really. Unless I have some real easy province raiding that he can clean up to gain experience with the Vine Shield and Frostbrand for cheap and easy. As you can see, we're getting a little bit of Haruspecs action going on to keep site searching for nature, because we definitely need more nature gems. Oh, and fun fact, up here I'm casting Augury. Guess where I'm casting Augury? Here. Because of the connections on this map, look. Augury has a range of 5 provinces. That's how everything in Dominions is measured. So this connection is 1 province. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 provinces away. 4 provinces, guys. That's how Augury works. That's how Augury. Okay, so yeah, from here you can sight search with a range 5 spell. You can sight search, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty far, right? You can sight search a ton of provinces because there's a ton of little provinces in here. But you can also search 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of these provinces from this province. So from this one province, I can hit my whole empire with Augury. So that's what I'm doing. I'm also casting Manifest Vitriol a whole bunch, so we're starting to churn out green lions up north, so that once we end our non-aggression pact with Satis, we can make a strike for the Heartland by going in through here, where we're only 3 provinces away from Satis. There's a hidden gold mine in that province as well, so that would be kind of nice to take out. And we can capture this fortress, and like I said, more importantly, we can just burn straight for the capital, while our army up here is fighting in the pits up in this area where there's tons of forts, and it's a bad time. Satis has a lot of forts. They have been spamming forts, and they have taken over forts from people who have spammed forts. So just in this little area that we can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. 10 forts in what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, it's about a fort every other province. And then over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've got a lot of forts, guys. It's pretty wild. I mean, I've got a lot of forts too for my territory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 forts in this amount of territory is fairly heavy. But it's not this heavy. It's not quite that heavily fortified. That's silly. But it's gonna make it a pain in the ass to take out, so that is doubtless what he's aiming for. I do definitely like having my scout wandering around, seeing what all his magic sites are, because that will be useful information to have. And once I have some more soul warriors, I'll be able to teleport the soul warriors around to perform deep strikes. I need to save up some astral pearls to do that. Next turn, I'll alchemize some more gems. I've been alchemizing. I alchemized in order to get the death gems to create another vessel. And then next turn, I'll probably wait 2 more turns before I get another soul warrior. But between the soul warriors and hopefully a couple of leveled up hollow knights, I'll have some pretty damn good thug action in the late game here. I am going to need some nature mages in order to cast Serpent's Blessing on my army, which will require enchantment level 7. I need to get up to that, and so I'm going to need a nature 2 carrying a thistle mace, who can then spend 2 gems to cast Serpent's Blessing, which makes everyone resistant to poison and single-handedly counters the classic Satis thing of casting Foul Vapors and Rigor Mortis and waiting for everyone to die. Because if you have Serpent's Blessing up, then Satis's troops actually die before yours, at least some of them. And I would love that. That would be fantastic. So, up here, like I said, we lost 1 province to raiding from a Lar, but I don't really care. That Lar can raid around if it wants. I'm not really going to do much about it right at the moment because everyone's kind of busy. I could pop Zelion back to hit this province just in case he attacks there, but I don't really want to get into a thug off right now, especially because this guy's pretty lightly armed. He's got a Herald Lance. What I could do is move this guy back to a fort, pop an Astral Boost, forge an Astral Booster, a Starshine Skullcap, pop it onto him, and then teleport him. So that I could hit this Lar in the magic phase the next time it tries to move. That would probably be useful, but I don't know. I just don't think it's worth it. I mean, as long as I take provinces behind the Lar, I can just eliminate Orem, and the Lar won't really matter. So we're sieging. I think I can probably handle this battle. I think I've got about 100. We can actually see through the battle report exactly what I have. I've got 198 units total. 100 of them are Hallownest Lancers. 23 are Great Sentries. We've got a lot of mages. You can see here 27, 34 mages all told. So a very heavy mage commitment. 10 Green Lions, some Moss Knights, some Warrior Bugs. It's a pretty substantial force. And in particular, it's casting a lot of Soul Slay. It's casting a lot of Enslave Mind. I've actually got Bugsy Seagull over here casting Enslave Mind before he is going to attack rear after that. But he's dropping Enslave Mind for 3 rounds beforehand. Well, actually, Astral Shield, Personal Luck. He doesn't really need the Personal Luck, I guess. We'll just have him... Let's have him advance and cast spells, see what that does. He's tough. I mean, he's hard to kill. Between the ethereality, the invulnerability, the prot, the awe, the regeneration, he's very tough to kill. Unless you're geared for him. So, I mean, he's got Astral 6, so, like, what other good things could he cast? Enslave Mind is pretty much the highest level Astral spell I have. He could spam Battle Fortune on people, but I've already got mages doing that. Control won't really help me. Actually, him spamming Battle Fortune on people would be good. Because then I can drop... That way I can drop Battle Fortune on my front lines, which I don't have anybody doing yet. So yeah, Bugsy, be up like there-ish. Where's good old Bugsy? Yeah, he'll be up there. So he'll drop Battle Fortune on these guys, who could really use it in the front line. And that'll be great. So yeah, between our buffs and our Astral and Earth damage battery, I think we can probably burn through him. The problem before was just that his Sacreds were holding us up too much. But I think with Maws of the Earth hitting them, and then my own Sacreds coming in, not Sacreds, but my Great Sentries coming in to finish the job, between the massive Hallownest Lancer Alpha Strike in the back lines, which will be pretty heavily buffed, and then the Soul Slays, the Enslave Minds, the Battle Fortunes hitting everybody, I think I can do this. With all this. Oh, and the Strength of Giants, of course, dropping on the rear attackers to make them hit harder. I think I can manage it. And then I have the Green Lions as an acid battery to burn through that high armor. Yeah, I think I can do it. And of course, Fomoric will be shooting his little arrows, just pinging away at the enemy. Interestingly, he is Immortal 3, which normally heals afflictions, but of course he's also 100% affliction resistant. So he never takes afflictions, he just comes back 3 months later, doesn't care, has all his experience. Hollow Knights are great. I'll be honest. Let's see how long it takes me to get this guy up to a useful level, and that'll kind of help me judge how good they really are. But it's going to take 2 turns for me to bust into Orem. He may actually sally out this turn in an effort to hit me before I'm ready, because he may see these troops coming in and be like, oh no, I want to go out and do the damage before he can get here with these troops. Because if he waits, of course, then I'll move these down, and that will increase the number of Great Sentries I have available fairly significantly, which is more of an increase in power than it looks like, right off the top of your head. In terms of mage recruitment, I'm still not quite able to recruit out of all my forts, but I've got mage recruitment going on there, I've got it going on there, I've got mage recruitment going on. I don't have mage recruitment going on here, but I'm back to recruiting Soul Twisters here, which is excellent, because Soul Twisters are amazing. This guy can move up there, so that he can be summoning Green Lions, and I think that'll be it for the turn. So, thanks for watching. That's turn 42, and I'll see you all in turn 43, where hopefully we will take a big step towards, hopefully we'll break this fort and get ready to clean up the Orem situation once and for all. Alright folks, Mirrorpoint turn 43. We're going in against Orem. We've broken the fort. We're going to storm. I don't know if we're going to win, but we're going to try. Numbers are relatively even. I have a slight edge, I believe. But his troops are on average better than mine. I do have the Green Lions, and I do have my my 23 Great Sentries. So those troops are qualitatively superior to his. However, my Hallownest Lancers are definitely not. Excuse me, the winter cough is getting a hold of me. I do have a lot of mages, though. A lot of mages, and they're formed up, so they're gonna be spamming quickness, they're gonna be spamming all kinds of spells, Soul Slay, Enslave Mind, all kinds of spells going down. I've got Anti-Magic, I've got Battle Fortune, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of good stuff will be happening, and I think, be able to do it. Obviously, it's not guaranteed. Also, I've got my little Hollow Knight buddy, Fomoric, over here with the Ivory Bow, so he'll be shooting at the rear, just to see if he can do some damage. Up here, I've got Simaru, my other Hollow Knight. He's actually pulling back, because what I want with him is I want to hit a really, really easy province with Simaru. You can see he's gaining a little bit of experience just from existing, as is Fomoric. But what I want is I want them to get to 15 experience as quickly as possible. I've talked about this, because 15 experience, they gain 1 astral and 1 death. That immediately makes them a functional thug. And then they gain astral 2, death 2, and then astral 3, death 3, which makes them basically better Wraith Lords once they hit 100 experience. 100 experience, a little complicated to get to. 15 experience to get those magic paths going, pretty easy. And once I get to that, they become, as I said, functional thugs. And I can start gearing them more heavily at that point. Right now, I'm giving Simaru this Vine Shield and this Frostbrand that I kind of had laying around, waiting for when I was summoning another Soul Warrior, which I will pretty soon. My Nature Gem income, getting better, but still not great. But so I'm going to pop him up here, and I've made an offer to Haerdalas, Lothric, that I'm also going to make to Anor Londo, which is, I will pay them a small number of gems if they will put 6 province defense in a province and let my Hollow Knight go and take it. So this province has been taken by Orem. I didn't go to take it back. I'm going to take it back this turn. And I'm doing that just with, I don't have any troops actually. Actually, I guess I'll wait one more turn just to recruit some troops. So I'll recruit, I could actually recruit a couple heavy cavalry. And some warrior bugs. Let's just spam warrior bugs. I'll spam out some warrior bugs there. And because I was sending these guys to take it, but actually let's not waste the gems on it. It's better to wait the one turn. So we'll do that, we'll do that, great. We've got province defense everywhere, so he can't snipe us out with scouts, which is what he's trying to do by recruiting scouts up there. And yeah, we should be solid. So we're gonna go take that province back from him. This province has been taken from Anor Londo by Indies. Anor Londo has just been in a world of hurt, like this whole freaking game, when it comes to Indies. In terms of size, he's not large. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 provinces. And 4 forts, so not amazing. I'm significantly bigger than that, and I think everybody else is too. How big am I exactly? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yeah, so I'm about twice his size. Man is actually fighting back Ulm really, really well. I thought Ulm was doing better than they are, but Ulm is struggling against Man, so not sure what's going to happen there. Lothric and I are forming our conspiracy against Satis, so we're going to be fighting them, hopefully with help, but we'll see. But in any case, what I was saying was, I've made that offer with the Hollow Knights just because as soon as I get to 15 experience, they become, like, really useful in their own right. So I've just made the offer, hey, just let me bounce off one of your provinces and kill 6 province defense real quick, and I'll pay you 4 gems. I'm going to make that offer to the player of Anor Londo. I've already made it to Haerdalas. So we can see, I'll see if that can help boost my Hollow Knights up, because I would really, really like to have like 5 or 6 leveled Hollow Knights pretty soon. And I'm going to be pouring my death gems into doing that. And speaking of gems, I found 2 Earth sites in Quedra. So Quedra has the Enchanted Tower, and it has the Mud Field. It also has the Temple of Darkness, and we're going to have them, okay, apparently only 1 mage can enter that site, that's fine. So we're going to enter to summon Shadow Soldiers or Shades or what have you, just to start spamming out more Ethereal Chaff. Speaking of Ethereal units, up here we're still manifesting a ton of Vitriol. So we're building up Green Lions, because Green Lions will be very effective against Satis. They're not vulnerable to disease. They're not vulnerable to poison. I think they're poison resistant. Yeah, they're not vulnerable to poison or disease or fire for that matter. Although, oddly enough, they are vulnerable to cold and lightning, which is kind of funny. And they're just really good units. Like, they're really strong. 34 hit points, high magic resistance for a unit, ethereal. They have an acid bolt. This is literally the acid bolt spell. Except it has shorter range and 7 ammunition. But so they get to cast acid bolt 7 times, and then they go into melee as ethereal units with 2 attacks and very good stats. So, Green Lions, amazing summons. Summon them if you can. I recommend them highly. Still not recruiting mages up here. We are recruiting snail shamans up in this fort, which is good. That guy should maybe start manifesting vitriol. But we don't have the gems for it right now. We're still casting a whole bunch of remote site searching spells. Still getting a little bit of gnome lore going on. We were getting a little bit of Haruspex. The Mire of Mystery. Yeah, that hasn't been Haruspexed yet. So yeah, keep casting Haruspex. We're still casting a whole bunch of Augury from up here, because like I said, Augury can hit you pretty much anywhere. So we're casting 3 Auguries from up there. We're casting some Voices of Apsu. We're really, and our gems, it's paying off for us. Like, our gem incomes are much better in this game than they traditionally have been in many of my games. It's definitely worth, I need to focus more on this kind of thing, on getting gem income up. I also need to focus more on boosting. That's definitely something that has not been perfect for me in my earlier games, and so I need to make sure that I focus on that as well. So Manhelte, he's at Death 3, but we can easily ratchet up to Astral 5 or 6. We can definitely ratchet up to Astral 5 with a few boosters. A pair of boots and a Starshine Skullcap on one of these guys will get us crystal coins. That will push us up to Astral 5. We may need to empower to get to Astral 6. I'm not certain. I'll have to take another browse through the boosters. But that will get us very high level Astral. Oh, actually, yeah, Bugsy Siegel already has Astral 6. All we have to do is slap a booster on him and he can forge the rings. So he can forge the really high level boosters once we hit Construction 6. And so those will let us boost all of our paths, which means we can cast pretty much any spell in the game. We are working on Construction 6 right now. It'll take us about 3 or 4 turns. 4 turns, probably. So, we're going to try to take Orem. If we don't take Orem, then I'll be mad. But if we don't take Orem, then we'll have to gather another army and go in to try it again, which is going to take a while and be a pain in the ass, but, you know, what can you do? We have all these units rolling in, so as long as we hurt him badly enough, we should be able to finish him off, hopefully. In fact, I think Simaru... Yeah, let's just move Simaru down there for right now. We've got Devon hiding here. We put 12 province defense. He did, in fact, as I suspected he would, send his publican to try and retake this province. But the publican bounced off 12 province defense. As you can see here, the legionnaires went in, but against that many infantry, they couldn't stop us. And the publican took a whole bunch of damage. And we killed him. They did rout our militia, so it was kind of a near-run thing. But the legionnaires could not hold off our many ferocious independent infantry, and then we killed the publican. So, great. We found 10 fire gems in Quedra, which is really nice, and then we were attacked by a poisonous spider in an assassination. This is one of the random assassinations that sometimes happens to, I think, nature mages? Yeah, nature mages. It's completely unthreatening, because Tiny Sting is a completely unthreatening attack, and large spiders have low defense skill, and 1 prot and 1 hit point. Anyway, you get the point. Unfortunately, he did cast Swarm for some reason, because I guess he wanted to. And so, funnily enough, large spiders are actually one of the bugs summoned by Swarm. But in any case, one of the worst ones. In any case, he cast Swarm, so he wasted a gem there, but what can you do? Things are going pretty well. Things are going pretty well. Obviously, we do want to take down Satis, but I think with the help of Lothric and one other person, hopefully Anor Londo, I think we can. I think if Anor Londo, me, and Haerdalas all turn on Satis simultaneously, I think we'll be able to take him. It would be better, obviously, if we could also get Olm to sign on, but I think Olm is going to be busy fighting Man for the foreseeable future. That is seesawing back and forth, and I do not know... I don't think Olm has the advantage. I think, if anything, Man has the advantage. They've got a pretty substantial army that has held Helmshire up here. Olm is down to, it looks like 4 forts. And Man also has 4. So in terms of territory and power, I think it's actually very even at the moment. But Man has stealthy raiding parties in Olm's territory that Olm doesn't seem to have a fantastic answer to. I covet this province with a burning lust. This province has 5 gems, 4 earth, and 1 death. I would love to have this province. I want that province so badly. And I can't have it unless I declare war on Olm, which I don't want to do because I'm going to fight a war against Satis, because Satis is a lot more dangerous. And if I don't fight a war against Satis, Satis may just run away with the game. So, you know, needs must when the devil drives. The plan against Satis is basically we'll push from Orem, obviously. We will also move our Green Lions and Mage support up this way and push over here to threaten the capital, hoping to provoke an overreaction. And we will, of course, have our thugs. We'll have a couple of Soul Warriors, and hopefully we'll have a couple of slightly leveled Hollow Knights who can go into the water and clear out a whole bunch of Cetician provinces underwater all at the same time. And ideally also isolate Sea of Woe. Now, thugs cannot take this province away from Cetis, but we can definitely... He's focused on water more heavily than us, so he's got all these sea trolls and a sea king. We can also summon sea kings. Once we research Conjuration 5, I think? No, 6. It's Sea King's Court. We can do that fairly trivially. It just costs a whole bunch of gems. But then Sea Kings also generate water gems, so they pay off in less than 30 turns. Now, of course, 30 turns is almost to the end of the game at this point, but it effectively lowers the cost of the spell, basically. And if we were to summon a couple of Sea Kings, we could probably push in here and besiege this fort, effectively. This is a fort of kelp and coral, cast by... There's a spell that generates these forts, and we should be able to take it if we really, really need to. Which we will, because we want to win the game. Now, in terms of thrones, we don't know what throne that is, because Cetis has not claimed any of his thrones. None of them. Which is sort of hilarious, but I understand the strategy. He's hoping to kind of skate under the radar, because he has that throne, that throne, that throne. So he's got 3 just absolutely sewn up. He's got a 4th right there, and then that's 5, and that's 6, all on his borders. If you'll recall, you need 7 thrones to win, so that's almost all of them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's every unclaimed throne. Except, actually, the golden throne is this one, I believe. So there's 1 throne unaccounted for. So that's the golden throne. That's that throne that man claimed. I forget which one. The Throne of the Moon. Obviously, I have the inner throne. The throne of the First Age is in Drangleick's territory. So that is this one. And then I don't know... I'll find the other one. In any case, Cetis has most of the thrones that he needs sewn up. And we really, really need to start this war against him in order to prevent him from throne rushing and winning, which otherwise he will absolutely do. So, we'll stop him from doing that, but for now, it's a matter of taking Orem. And if I can manage to take Orem, then I'll be in a really good place. I'll be very well set up. If I fail to take Orem, I'm going to have to fall back and reassess and reconsider and other things, starting with because that will be problematic. But Haerdalas, I think, is going to take that province. He contacted me saying so, and I was like, well, better you get it than Cetis. I'm going to take that province back. Next turn, we'll have the Hollow Knights ready to start leveling, and it'll be a good time. It'll be fun. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in turn 44. Alright, folks, Mirrorpoint turn 44. A little bit more rating, but the real news this turn is, there's 2. First of all, Cetis has cast Mother Oak, which is a problem, obviously. I already knew he was winning, but now he's winning even more. We did manage to find 1 more magic site, the Underwater Cliff. So, Nariun Sea is now a super important province. I mean, it was already super important because it's providing literally half of my death gems, but now it's also providing an earth gem on top of that. So, good going. And then there was a battle at the Fortress of Orem. I was caught by surprise by something in this battle. I mean, first of all, my scripting definitely could have been better, but secondly, I didn't realize that partially due to one of the constructed magic sites that Orem can build, Orem gets 90 fort defenders on the walls, and they are sharpshooters. And sharpshooters are pretty decent units. I mean, decent prot, high precision composite bows that do high damage, high piercing damage. They're actually quite solid units. I mean, they're recruitable units and pretty decent ones. So he had his 2 lines of golden hoplites in the back. He had a wide scattering of magistrates and high magistrates, which are like an upgraded version of magistrates. I'm not sure what spawns them. And a gelatinous cube way in the back. More sharpshooters on either side. So a lot of sharpshooters and a lot of golden hoplites with his mages in the middle. So he's formed kind of the same construction that I've formed. He's got guys in the back, mages in the middle, troops on all sides. Over here, I've got, once again, my mages in the middle, troops on all sides. The difference is he has a ton of ranged firepower and I have none. So the battle starts, and watch. Those 90 archers shoot in right off the bat, and they hit several of my mages. They actually kill one, and they interrupt the scripts of others. So my mages are deranged right from the start of the battle. Then, we're trying to cast our buff spells. He's throwing a whole bunch of magma bolts at my my great sentries, which is actually not a terrible idea, I guess, and now he starts dropping rocks. So, we're casting buffs, our mages are trying to cast, but once again, they're getting hammered by those arrows. These guys are unscripted. He's cast flaming arrows, so they're now doing 2 hits with their flaming missiles. And since they're unscripted, they're picking targets individually, and as a mass, they shoot at different targets, and every mage counts as a separate target. So having a ton of mages means I have a ton of targets. My great sentries have been pretty much decimated before they ever get into combat. And of course, the golden hoplites are going to roll in with their sun awe and try to do the best they can. They are going to take a lot of damage in the process. We're dropping a lot of maws of the earth on them, which is definitely helping, doing a lot of damage, so a lot of these guys are badly injured, but not killed. We've broken a lot of helmets, interestingly, but not a lot of armor. We actually got a lot of friendly fire right there, but so my mage core is badly damaged. My infantry is sort of not really in a good position. These guys are not fantastic at breaking down gates, specifically because they take up so much space. We're doing a good job killing the golden hoplites. We're just not killing the other things fast enough, and those archers continue to rain fire on my everything. He's got will-o'-the-wisps coming from the sides, flaming arrows hurtling into the mage core. And as you can see, this fight gets very, very nasty right up here. Almost everyone on both sides is killed, but my armies rout, and I take a lot of mage casualties in the process. Meanwhile, you may have noticed my my lancers jumped away. Let's see that battle replay one more time, just to see what happened to them. My lancers launched their rear attack, and they hit that ball of magistrates in the back, which are very low value, and basically wiped them out instantly. Magistrates, senators, Child Feaster the Prophet was here, and Child Feaster has high enough attack, defense skill, and prot, plus of course regeneration, because he's undead but not lifeless, that he just straight up tanked it. Like, he doesn't care. He has a bajillion hit points with his Dominion bonus and regeneration, and he is tough to kill. So they jumped in, they absorbed all the arrows for a couple rounds, and died. Zelion the Soul Warrior finished buffing, jumped back here, killed a guy, and then wisely decided to run for it. He got hit, but he did escape. He blinked away. So, army routed, casualties heavy, especially among the mages. As I said, I took a lot of mage casualties. 18 mages all told. All of them over 100 gold. So, yeah, that's about 2,000, maybe close to 2,500 gold worth of mages dead. Plus, of course, the various troops. I lost 100 Hallownest Lancers. I lost all my Green Lions, most of my Great Sentries. Lots of casualties. On the enemy side, we killed about half of their sharpshooters with magic. So, yeah, that's a lot of magic that could have been going into killing actual units. We killed 3 High Magistrates. We managed to kill 2 of their Paragons with Mind Duel, which is fine. Killing Paragons is good because they have a lot of damage output for what they are. The Sharpshooters, you can see the Sharpshooters did the vast majority of the damage, but the Demi-Lich also did a lot. That wasn't actually Magma Bolts, which is what I thought it was right at first. That was Shadow Blast. That Demi-Lich was throwing Shadow Blasts at me and doing quite well, because once again, I have low magic resistance, nationally speaking. So, a defeat, definitely, in terms of resources expended, whatever statistic you want to use, this was a defeat on my side. That said, I have the resources to deal with this. I have the full resources of an empire, and he doesn't. He only has the one province, he has almost no income. I managed to leave. I left an Atavi chieftain, and of course I have Simaru the Hollow Knight still sieging, so he can't construct anything, and all my troops are moving back in. I am also making heavy use of teleport for the first time. So I've got 5 of my Soul Twisters teleporting in. They're going to stand right at the back and spam Soul Slay, along with all of my other Soul Twisters. We still have a small communion, and that small communion is going to move into the province, and it is going to throw gifts from heaven. So what we're doing is we're putting all of our mages way at the back of the map, where they are very hard to hit. They will be very hard to hit with archers and with magic. So they'll be standing back there. All the spells they're casting are range 100, so they don't care. The only mages I've got up here are the mages that are directly buffing my troops. All of my Earth randoms, all of my Earth Astral guys, all of those go to the back, please. Thank you. We don't have many troops. We're not going to be assaulting the castle with this force, but we are going to be moving in, and if he tries to break out, he's going to be hit with a lot of Soul Slay, a lot of gifts from heaven. We should be able to break his attempt to escape. We are also teleporting 4 more Soul Twisters onto this province in order to catch Ammianus the Lar, and once again, they're just spamming Soul Slay. And 4 of them spamming Soul Slay should be able to kill Ammianus. In Ross, we can take a look at him. We can see what his magic resistance is. It is 16. Magic resistance 16 versus Soul Slay wins the majority of the time, but it doesn't win 19 out of 20 times, or 20 out of 21 times. Now, he does have the Pendant of Luck, but I don't think that luck works against Soul Slay. I think Soul Slay just kills you even if you're lucky. So we should be able to just burn him down very quickly, especially because he is scripted to cast several buffs on himself. Earth Power, Iron Skin, Personal Regeneration. So he's going to spend 3 rounds casting buffs on himself, and then we're going to roll in with the Soul Slay while he does that. He's very, very well suited to taking out Province Defense, but he's not well suited to taking on a whole bunch of Astral Mages teleporting in to murder his face. We're also going to take that province back right there. Exceptionally powerful and very well organized province defense. He's put a lot into that province defense. So, probably going to need to cast some spells. Probably going to need to bring some mages. Just hold an attack. It's not very good province defense. I'll tell you what, we'll wait one more turn. We'll bring Varath over with his 13. Domar is leading 29 warrior bugs down south, and he's going to pick up more great sentries and take them away. Still summoning up here, still casting a whole bunch of remote site searching, and we are creating one more vessel. We've got some magic items. We're going to forge a weapon, and then we'll have another Hollow Knight. Our Hollow Knight there was killed, but he got several kills and a little bit of experience, so it's fine. I mean, I missed the Ivory Bow, but oh well. Simaru here has the Frostbrand and the Vine Shield. It won't save him on that battlefield, but he was pretty much just here kind of to hold. And yeah, I think that's going to be the turn. I see that Haerdalas has sent me some messages. He might be responding to my Hollow Knight proposal, in which case I could send Simaru down here to attack some Province Defense in 14. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So that should be a Lara I get to kill there. And yeah, like I lost a lot of troops. I lost a lot of resources, but I've got more moving in, and I should be able to just contain Orem at this point. Just contain Orem, build up. They can't really do much here because they don't... All they have is this gem income and very little actual income, and I should be able to just kind of crunch them in here and stop them from leaving. And if they try to leave, we'll just spam Soul Slay at them until everything dies, basically. My Soul Twisters will jump down there, kill that guy, and then move south. We'll have a whole bunch of Soul Twisters, a whole bunch of Soul Slay, and it should be good. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in turn 45.